be walking through the different features of Disability Access Now. So starting with a new user, if they register here, they will be sent to this pending approval page, and this is all editable from the admin page. They will receive an email confirming that we received their registration, and then once you approve them, they will receive another email saying that they've been approved. And if they try and log in before they're approved, they'll just be sent to this screen. Now, logging in as a user, they'll be greeted with the home page. These are just quick links that you'll see later. It'll say their name. This is a search bar. This will search through articles and files, just the names of them. It's a keyword search. This will appear if they have any answered questions that they haven't read yet, and this takes them to the Ask a Question page, which we can check out now. So this page is going to show any of their unanswered questions. It will say the question, the date submitted, and if they associated it with an article. And this will show any of their answered questions that they've gotten. So, for example, this one is a text answer. If they mark it as read, refresh the page, notification will be updated. This is the main page where they will ask a question from. And they will get an email telling them that they're, confirming that they asked a question. And then moving on to resources, they've got a few. This is editable. This is editable. I'll show you this later. This is also editable. I'll show you. And then forms and articles is just a compendium of all the articles and all the forms on the website. They can download PDFs from here. They can bookmark them. Going into the article, this is where they can ask a question related to an article, and it will tell when it shows up on the admin side. They'll be able to see that they were asking a question about that specific article. Again, you can bookmark. And heading to the bottom, you can choose files to associate with articles, which I'll show you later. And saved resources is just what it sounds. If they've bookmarked anything, it'll show up here, and they can access and download them from here, and then they can remove them as they wish. About Us is, again, this is all editable. I'll show you later. And just to show the search tool, it will do a keyword search. So heading over to the admin side, these are all the same. Admins can look at the articles, etc. But they've got a few different pages. So they've got manage logins. Now, anyone that applies or anyone that registers, you can see the one we did earlier. They can remove them if they are not approved, or they can approve them, and that will allow them to access the website. You can change admin privileges from here, and you can also remove users from here. The Manage Resources page, this is where you're going to be able to edit basically everything on the website. So if you want to add a new article, you can do that from here. Now this title is simply the name of the article, so that's what's going to be displayed in like a search. But the body is what will actually show up on the article page. And this is in Markdown. We'll include some resources about Markdown, but basically it uses these hashtags to do headers. So one hashtag is an H1, so that's what you'll always start with. 2 is going to be an H2, which would be kind of like a subtitle. And then if you just type, it will do normal text. And there's other things you can do. You can do lists, etc. But you can kind of explore that yourself. And then you can also choose from any of the files you have uploaded. So if these files are related to this title or related to this article you're writing, you can do that here. And we'll save that article, and you can see it pop up here. And then uploading PDFs is just as it sounds. Upload it, and you can see that appeared here. So any of these articles you can update. There are a few that are quote unquote special. So eligibility criteria. This is the article that's going to populate on Am I Eligible? FAQs is going to populate on FAQs, and forms you should start with will populate on forms you should start with. Now, you cannot change, well, you should not change the titles of these 3 articles because that's how the database is pulling these. So if you change this to something else, then it's not going to populate on this page. So leave the titles the same, but you can change the body of them to whatever you want. So this is just some article I got from the web, but you can change this to whatever you'd like. And same thing with FAQs. These are just some FAQs I found, but you can edit them to be whatever you'd like. And then the forms you should start with. So this has no body. I mean, you could add one, I guess, if you'd like, if you want the page to say anything. But otherwise, any articles you associate with this page are going to show up as this. And heading back to Manage Resources. So again, you can edit any of these articles. So you can see this is one we made earlier. You can edit it to whatever you'd like. You can overwrite any of the files associated. So if you wanted to just do that one, then we can see that's now the current associated file. Again, if we want to change anything, we can do it here. And then if an article is irrelevant, you can go ahead and delete it. Same thing with files. If these aren't relevant anymore or they're outdated, you can delete them. Now these pages are also editable. So this is the About Us page. So this will show up on the About Us page. This is this. And then we've got a section for the founder. So obviously you can put in whatever you'd like about yourself. And then the dev team, I just have a short message here. You can, again, just change it to whatever you want. And same thing with these bios. So right now I just have our names and our LinkedIn's. We don't, you don't need to put in bios for us. And then for yourself, I didn't want to write a bio for you, so you can put your name, put your bio, put, a link if you'd like, and then that would show up right here under Meet the Founder. So it would kind of be an addition to this blurb. So you can leave it, or you can add one if you'd like. Then back to Manage Resources. So this is the home page. So I'll show you, there's the title, there's the main content, and then there's the header for the quick link section. So these correlate to the title, the main content, and then the header for the quick links. You can change the wording if you'd like. Obviously you can change this to whatever you want it to say. Then the last thing is pending approval. So this is the text, or this is the page that they see when they're waiting to be approved. Again, change it to whatever you'd like. And then you'd want to update this to whatever email you land on for being kind of like the admin email. And this email address is also going to be used, I forgot to show you, in the Contact Us page. So this pulls from that email. So whatever you change that to, it'll update here, and it'll update in the pending approval page. And then this is just that disclaimer you want us to add. And then the last thing, so admins also get notifications. So this means that they have 2 unread questions. And you can see here, you can mark as unread, mark as read. So here's the 2 questions we asked. You can see, this will look different once it's deployed. but you can see this will bring us to the article that the person asked the question from. And then when you answer the question, you can flag it for help. So if one of your interns or whatever needs help or needs you to look at something, they can flag it, and then you'll be able to see this. It's just a visual cue for you. And then after you answer it, the user will get an email that will tell them that we answered one of their questions. It will tell them the question, and it will tell them your guys' answer. And then this is just a history. I mean, I guess you probably wouldn't delete them, but if you ever wanted to clean up the history, you can delete the questions. And I believe that is it. I believe that is all the features.